Beautiful morning. It's Sydney here with the Realclip. Happy Gratitude Day. I was just spending a few moments in quiet reflection, watching my mind, my thoughts, looking at where I wanted to direct them, reflecting on yesterday afternoon, just as an example of the way I deal with challenging situations and things that come up and how to make the best of it when you're really stuck in the muck and you're trying to figure out how to get out of it. And really the answer to that is just what we do with what's happening in our mind. Had an absolutely busy, crazy, amazing week because I chose to make it that way. I flew into Cleveland, helped a friend load a truck with all of her worldly possessions, her and her son and a couple friends, literally a few of us loading this truck, got in the next day and drove halfway to Florida, then spent the next day driving the rest of the way to Florida, and then spent the next day in the amazing new summer hot humid heat unloading her truck to second and third floors, and it was hot and messy and exhausting. The next day we had the truck and thought we'd haul some boxes out of my house. So I'll share a little story with you. I got a storage unit a couple months ago, and the day I put the lock on, I lost the keys. So yesterday afternoon, I stopped at the storage unit to ask them for a new lock, and I got in, and the place was packed, and there was no one working behind the counter, so I thought, well, I'll just go home and load the truck and then come back. So we got to the storage unit around 4:30 in the afternoon on a Friday, went into the office, 3 people sitting there, nobody in. I was like, perfect, they can help me out. I said, I lost my keys, can you cut the lock off my unit and we can put a new one on? Much to my surprise, they informed me that no, they couldn't cut the lock off, that I would have to hire a locksmith, or yeah, that was basically my option, hire a locksmith. So 4:30 on a Friday afternoon, rental truck, we're exhausted, boxes, big storm moving in, and my mind starts, wow, this is nuts. And then it started taking to me, like, why is this happening? Like, all I do is go out and do my best to be the best person and do good for people, and I'm getting hit with all of these situations. And then I was like, okay, stop right there. Let's get a grip. Let's set some positive intentions. And I'm like, okay, this is all going to work out. It's all going to flow. And it's going to be a challenge, but it's going to be good. And as soon as I shifted that mindset and started taking some action, I didn't want to call a locksmith. I talked to them about every other option. I'm like, okay, I'm going to call. I called, I didn't get an answer. I called back, I didn't get an answer, but I left a message this time. Then I hung up, and I'm just standing there and I'm breathing, and I'm like, okay, we're not going to have to go and load this truck at the house again. It's all going to work out. 2 seconds later, my phone rings. It's the locksmith. I said, can you help me out? Shared the story. He's like, where are you? I told him. He's like, I'm in a parking lot right behind you. I'll be there in 2 minutes. I barely hung up the phone, had time to tell the manager at the storage place what was going on, and he walked in, had my lock off. In the next 10 minutes, we unloaded the truck, and all was well. So it really has to do with the focus and the story that we tell ourselves in life. That's how I work through the muck, and it's been a week, a month, a year and a half of challenge and muck. And what I do is I just keep focused on the potential and the possibility, from my heart to yours. Have an amazing day.